Welcome, welcome. Why is it saying Ash is unable to join? Let's try again. You're
Hey,
here?
I am. I need to turn my. Does it sound funny?
No.
Am I echoing back into you?
No, I'm just trying to get like good lighting in my basement. It's not good lighting at all.
This is a weird screen.
The layout. I know. And I don't like how it's like so zoomed.
I know. Hello,
Right.
face. Oh my,
That's better lighting right here.
I don't have any lighting. I'm in my
Well, you
car.
have natural light. That's better.
Yeah,
So
we're a little early.
we're a little early, but we're here. We did it.
We're here.
Yeah, and you can actually smoke on Instagram Live. I know you're not used to being on Instagram Live, but you could smoke. You don't have to hide it.
Instagram Live makes me nervous for some reason. I'm a pro at TikTok. I
Really?
feel like Instagram's too intimate.
It is a little intimate. Well,
Yeah.
it's intimate because our faces are like all up in the sauce too.
Yeah.
So,
But But you can hear me okay because I have you on Bluetooth, and it's like when you talk, it comes through my speakers, and I'm afraid it's coming back to you.
no, I can hear you fine. It's a little
Okay.
loud, but I can hear you okay.
I turned my volume down. Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I just turned mine down a little too.
Okay. I have the theater voice. You know,
Like,
it can always be loud.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm so used to smoking off screen too. That's so
I
funny.
know. I see you keep going like this. So I don't have any like topics of discussion like planned out for us to really like talk about. I figured we could just kind of wing it and like see what the people in the chat want to talk about and like base it off of that.
I know your page is it's all Brittany. Me, it's 85% Brittany, 15% whatever else I feel like doing or talking about. Hi. But we can talk about whatever. We can talk about what's posted on our Instagram. We can talk about the alleged voice leak recording of her voice
Yeah.
memo. I mean, at one point, me and my friend Gerard were going to talk about all the time she posted in that white dress over and over and over again.
Yeah, that was
But
weird.
we can talk about whatever you want to.
Don't tempt me. Don't
No,
tempt me.
no.
So let's gauge the chat. What do you guys want us to talk about?
When you posted that collaboration, there's 16 comments, but I can't see half of them because I either block them or
Oh shit, really?
yeah, I'm like, there's so many comments, I can see like five.
Wow.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
actually not even that many comments.
Said there were 16, and I only counted five.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Pods.
She's
Okay.
frozen again.
I
There you
froze.
go. You're frozen. You're still frozen.
Sorry. Sorry. Okay. I normally miss these can you see the chat? Can you see everybody in the chat?
I think so.
Crystal says you know what I want you to talk about. It's just I wouldn't even
I
know where to start.
I will say I feel like when I'm reading some things, the majority, like I know that everybody's not going to like each other. You know what I mean? But when I'm reading through some comments online about my feelings about that thing, the petition, whatever, and how I feel and how I felt like that person treated me, there were a handful of comments that said, we need to put our differences aside for the sake of Brittany, and it's not okay to treat people the way you're treating people over the smallest little things. It will not be taken seriously if you're really wanting this to be serious. If you are literally calling people horrible names, that you're calling them bad names, you're saying just because you don't agree with the petition or don't want to sign it. What I felt like in the last week was, if you don't sign this or else your team
Right.
con. And that's what really got me upset, because I'm like, if people have questions they're valid in their questioning. They've always been valid. Even the people who made the petition are skeptical about other people. Why is it your right and not theirs to question things?
Right.
And
Not only that, but like there's a lot of things in the petition that are not factual. Like the whole Amber Lynn body double thing. Like how are you gonna, talk about it with such conviction? Like it's so factual. And you want people to get behind you and take this petition seriously, but it's like riddled in conspiracy theories. Nothing is really like proven. You're bashing her family, which, she's frowned upon several times. Like it's okay for her to do it. It's not okay for us to do it.
well, you already know I had an issue with this person. They had an issue with me and how I say things. And then I tried to let that be gone for the sake of Brittany, because people are saying for the sake of Brittany. I already tried to do it for the sake of Brittany. I already tried to
Right.
extend my heart and leave bygones be bygones.
Right.
And so I read over it and I agreed with the majority, but I got too quick and too excited to like really like take that in depth. Do you know what I mean?
What, like the
So,
petition, you mean?
mhm.
I mean, I did too. I actually was like excited about it too. I was like, you know what, this is actually a really good thing. Like more people need to get behind this. I should support it too. Put the differences aside for whatever's going on because, nobody is doing anything, like we can post as many graphics and memes and shit as we want, but at the end of the day, that's not going to get her justice. Like a petition is what's needed, but you can't have a petition that's full of conspiracy theories.
There's quite a few little paragraphs in there that are not based on fact. And when you're doing something like that, a lot of people, including Shar, she just made a video saying
Yeah.
that you have to stick to the legalities for everyone, not just the people who love Brittany so much. For people who may not know about Brittany's story, you need to stick to the facts so we can make this as clear as possible to anyone,
And
any
credible.
government official that would pick it up. Because if they read that, we don't have proof that her book was AI. We have thoughts, and that we don't have proof that it was from her stolen diaries.
Right.
We
We
have
can speculate.
speculation.
Right.
Um,
Exactly.
the only thing that we know for sure is what she said in her testimony was,
Right.
I want to, and those little recordings on her YouTube. I haven't seen justice. I probably never will see justice. All these people that were involved need to be locked away. She said, I want my information out there. Everybody else has been talking about me. Let me take it all. I mean, if you take that testimony from it was
Hmm.
June 2021, there was things specifically that she said she wanted done. If we would have, well, I don't want to say we, because I don't want to be a part of something where people are just god awful horrible.
Right.
But if you would have stuck to those cohesive things and a general concern of her well being, I think it could be different. But now it's turned into like a big mockery.
It has. It has, including the phone call to Cade. Like how, maybe Cade would have actually participated in the petition and thought about contributing to it if it was done in a little bit more of a professional manner rather than calling him up like crank yankers, like Gulia said, and pranking him in a sense, like if you would have called him with a more tactful way and been like, hi, Cade, yeah, I'm a fan, and I just happened to, create this petition, and we want you to really be a part of it and see, where you stand in this whole Justice for Brittany movement, and like come to him as a human with some decency. You never know
But
what you could
the
have
way it was
gained from that
shown,
conversation.
the way that it was shown and the way that it was portrayed was more like a big F you and look what we're doing because you didn't do anything. Now there's a
Right,
mix of emotions I feel about Cade, because he did know about everything, but
right.
he decided to stay quiet because he even said, I was afraid I was going to lose my job. If I lost my job, I wouldn't be around her. But not that, not like we should like applaud him for doing it eventually and helping her get a lawyer, but I really wish that he would have done it sooner.
Yeah, yeah, because it was like too little too late at that point.
Mhm.
Some of these comments are coming
Oh
in.
yeah.
Let's see what some of the folks are saying. They want to make Brittany show up in court. Right, exactly. Like, first of all, Brittany hates court. She's said it 100 times. She doesn't want anything to do with court. She hates having to go to court. To have her appear in court, like, why would you force her into something like that? That's completely against everything she stands for. That's a big red flag right there in itself. My job
That's
keeps
why I
texting
get torn
me.
too. That's why I get torn
Oh,
too, because like you don't want to overstep your boundaries, but you just want to make sure she's okay. But
Right.
you don't want to like forcibly make her, you know, go somewhere, but we also want to know, is she all right?
Right.
And nothing that is being out in public, her being out smiling and the by the airplanes, nobody believes it's her. It's really quite, it's kind of disheartening, you know what I mean? Because it's like, what more can we ask of her? What more do you want? What are we expecting?
I don't think even still nobody will ever be satisfied. She can go on live right now and do a live just like we're doing, and people will still say that it's not her.
They won't believe it because of all the they could say that we're generated.
Right. Right.
It's that it's gotten that bad
Right.
that's why I'm just like, what more can we do?
Mm-mm-mm. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I really wanted to get behind the petition. I even wanted to get behind the protest and like give contributions to the protest too, because I wasn't around for the first Free Britney movement. Like I was a voyeur. I watched the whole thing go down on the sidelines and was like rah rah from the sidelines.
Mhm.
And then when Justice for Britney happened, like yeah, I wanted to be a part of that. And things just never took off. And now I saw this as an opportunity to be like, you know what? Maybe we can all put our differences aside and for the greater good. But how are we supposed to work with people that don't have like, I'm trying to be mindful of my words because I don't want to be insulting or disrespectful to anybody, but like you can't collaborate with people like, like that is all I'm going to say.
If you were to take the petition seriously, you cannot be mad at people just questioning the thing. You can't start calling them derogatory names and making posts. You are the leader of this petition, and if somebody doesn't want to sign it, you need to just take that focus and focus on who wants to be a part of it instead. Because if
Exactly.
any legal official or government official starts looking into it and contacts you for that, and they start contacting other people about your character, what if one of us brings up how they treated us and what they said about others who had questions about it? And when
Right.
you're in a state of leadership and things like that, you cannot go attacking other people for their opinions on the matter. You are allowed
Right.
to say, I don't agree with you. I don't like the way this is worded. I didn't like this phone call. And that's fine because you are being an adult and you are having your own opinions, which is fully right as your right as a citizen. What you
Right.
can't do is take that quote of somebody saying, I didn't like this. I have questions about this. I'm not so sure. You cannot take that and start calling them a troll, a ghoul, a demon, that you're T-con, that you don't want to be, you're not really advocating for Britney. What did you do? That is why that this thing has been tarnished in its 3 weeks of what, 3 weeks? That is,
Barely 3 weeks,
and
maybe two.
that's exactly why.
Right. Right. It's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate because there was potential there, and it's just like it's just become a joke now at this point.
And I, before I even made a comment, before the phone call was even made to Cade, I saw how the leader of the petition was treating other people who didn't want to believe, who didn't want to sign it. And I was like, I was really kind of hurt and taken aback because I felt for every single person that they were doing that to. And I'm like, you're supposed to just focus on who's wanting to be by your side.
Right.
Don't put all your
Right.
energy into people who don't want to see you proceed with that, you know?
Right, because I mean, in one hand, it's probably what is it like a handful of people that are probably,
Mhm.
naysaying it and poo-pooing it.
Mhm.
They've got a lot of people supporting it, I'm sure. So it's
Mhm.
like focus on that. Focus on the people who want it. You say you got a Zoom call with 100 people that are going to attend. Okay, focus on those 100
Mhm.
people, and if let us naysayers do us then. Let us do us.
Mhm.
There doesn't have to be this crazy divide where people have to run smear campaigns and tarnish other people's character, and it doesn't have to be that way. We're all adults. Like we're all over the age of 35 even. So it's like,
Mhm.
come on,
It's
people. I don't know. It's just a little wild. Uh,
It's Britney Bitch 2007. I think as years go by, I honestly, in my opinion, feel like because we feel so frustrated and because we don't have the answers we want and haven't really found out anything new, we get so angry and consumed that we start to get angry at each other, and it's just bubbling up inside, and one person will act out, the other person will react, and I'm not gonna be like they started it, but I am not the one to always keep quiet either. If you say something against, like, I want to be able to stand up for myself. I don't want to be dramatic with normal people. I but there just comes a point. I think we all come to a head on this. Like it's a
we
boiling
can
point.
only take so much abuse. I mean, even myself, like I tried to stay quiet for so long. Like I held that shit in for almost 3 weeks. And finally, what was it, yesterday or the day before? I finally was like, you know what? Enough is enough. I gotta let people know what's going on, how these fake
Mhm.
followers are being bought on my account, fake views, fake fucking shares. Like I'm under attack and I didn't even do
Mhm.
anything. So like what the fuck? It's just it's crazy. This community is crazy. And Crystal said they did start it though, and they did. Unfortunately, they did, and they kept it going, even with the fucking phone call that I got at 1 o'clock in the morning. Like that right there. Like what was that really? Was that a prank call? Is that what you guys were doing? Were you prank calling me just the same way that you were prank calling Cade? Like what was that? So I can't take anything seriously now. Like the apology that I got doesn't even feel like it was genuine. It just feels like it was just a cover up for your lack of, awareness and thought in calling me at fucking 1 o'clock in the morning, idiots. Sorry, that shit really pissed me
No, I
off.
believe it too. Like I don't get. I always put my phone on airplane mode in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping because I don't want my notifications to go off. I know I probably shouldn't do that, but I hate being bothered when I'm trying to sleep.
I mean,
So
my
for the fact
phone was
that
on silent, so it didn't wake me. It's just a
still
principle.
it's rude
It is rude,
if you're not if you don't know the person personally to text them or call them in the middle of the night.
right?
I try to avoid that unless you see that I'm online. You know what I mean? Don't text my personal phone.
No, no, Tosh, she never got back to me.
Mm-mm.
You both got an apology, right? Then they went right back. Yes, we both got an apology, and then it just flipped all over again.
I had a very deep conversation with him. I even called him and let him know, listen, I understand that you don't like the fact that I talk about some things about allegations against Brittany and stuff, and I really tried to have him hear me out, how to hear my side. I told him how much I care about Brittany, how much all this stuff. We talked on the phone for like an hour and a half, and then he said he would never try to hurt me again. I was hurt. I was very
Same.
hurt. I'm not gonna lie and say that it doesn't make me feel so upset, right? But I'm sitting here like literally almost, well, pretty much crying to him on the phone. And then he's like, I swear I'll never hurt you again. I was like, it's okay not to agree with everyone. So
Right.
here I go. I put my support behind this petition. I am just being real cautious because I'm afraid that if I open up the door to talk to him again, that he would do something else if I pissed him off, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So and then I say one thing that I posted, and I even have it up on a video I made. It's like a 7-minute video. Go watch it if you haven't. I posted one thing. I do not condone the phone call that was made. I thought it was a joke and a mockery. I didn't say anything about the petition. I just said my feelings on the phone call. What do I get? I get a post about me calling me a farm animal, that I'm the female Perez Hilton, and that I am still exploiting Brittany to pay for my whatever. And at that point, I was so triggered. I'm sorry. That's what I started going off because I'm like, I just had hours of long conversation with you for the past few days about how there's going to be things I don't agree with you with. And you are the one who tarnished it. I'm sorry. Matthew tarnished my belief in his love for this because you cannot do that to people.
Yeah. I see. Yeah.
Crystal, I think her name. I don't know her real name, but I think she goes by Ocean. I don't know her real name.
Who's Ocean?
Advocate for Brittany.
Oh,
Advocate for Brittany.
oh, I don't know her real
She
name
got a
either.
tattoo, and she completely took down all her posts and went blank, and she hasn't answered me. The
No,
one
she
who
never answered me either.
I've seen her since day one, and I know she was there before I even started getting like involved socially with it. She's the one of the first people I followed because everything she has said was always
She was one of
factual.
the first ones that I followed too. Aside from like Beth, Andrea, and Charlie, she was
Yeah.
one of the first advocate pages that I followed. And then I found you and Alan, and I was like, I love these girls.
It's been a tough road.
Yeah, yeah, it has. Yeah, it
So
has. And we've both endured a lot in different ways. You know, me with the Andrea and Jacob Diamond trauma, you with all with whatever you guys dealt with the TikTok shit, and now the
oh
Matt
god.
shit, and
Yeah.
oh, it's just like it's not. This community is not for the faint of heart. You have to have thick skin and be able to take it. And I just hope that these newbies are prepared because things might be all rainbows and sunshine now, but you know, there's a dark side to being in this community, and they're getting a little dose of it now. And from the looks of it, certain people can't take it because we're seeing it in real time. We're
I
seeing it.
I honestly feel like for me on this page that I've supported everyone unless they've been a complete see you next Tuesday to me.
Right.
Like I follow a variety of people from ones who think she's edited and altered to that it's not really her, and I love to keep this open mind. And then
Yeah.
I'll say an opinion, and it'll be just be like a select few that will see or say something, and it'll be completely just balls to the wall hateful to me. Like, what are you guys doing?
Right.
That is not how we're supposed to be. I have so there are a couple accounts on here I don't believe what they're saying. Like I don't agree with it, but I'll like give them a heart or something just to know I'm here. And I like to have people. I and I hear other people say stop being one-minded and following people. I'm always the one who says look at all these other people and decide for yourself what you think. I would
Right.
never make you think that what you believe is valid, but don't you come here and tell me you can't say this or that. Don't you do that to me.
Right. It's true. We allow our pages to be an open forum for all theories, all beliefs, all open discussion without like getting on people. I might hide a comment or two if I see a comment come through that's like derogatory towards Brittany or somebody says something that it just rubs me wrong. I won't delete it. I'll hide it. I don't care. It's my page. I can do whatever the fuck I want. So, but for the most part, it's an open forum. We can talk about whatever we want and without judgment.
Well, Britney Bitch 2007. Well, opinions can be hurtful, but it's. I mean, we don't even know if Britney's a double or AI or anything like that. So it could be that's even hurtful too if it's really her. But I get where you're coming from.
Right.
But even the truth can hurt people too. Do you know what I mean? So unfortunately, there's just going to be things that we say that I say that may be hurtful, Gerard. But it you can't censor what you're feeling. I've always tried to just say it like I have. Like, have you ever seen my videos where like I'll see something and I'll instantly react. Knowing all the information I know, I just do my total instant reaction. I'm like, bear with me. It's going to be a Brittany rant. It's how I'm feeling at that exact moment. If you haven't watched me for a long time, you wouldn't understand. But if you do, you'll know that this is like my instant feelings off my chest. And then I'll like a day later or something, I'll start talking like more rational. But like, don't misconstrue how I say and what I say. It's just something that we're thinking inside. And I think a lot of us are scared to say it because you'll
Because
get judged.
you'll get attacked.
Yes. But if you don't get off what's in here and in here, it
It's
it's gonna bubble up.
going to eat away at you.
Yeah.
Agreed. Agreed. I don't know. I don't think there's ever going to be, um, I don't think there's ever going be a way to just kind of like blend. You know what I mean?
I honestly don't think that's possible now. I wish it wasn't true, but I'm not that kind of person that can just be la di da holding hands and running through a field like Bella and Edward and a fucking flower field.
No. And we
Okay,
tried. We
I
literally
did,
tried.
I did, but I'll be,
Mine, I don't even think my reconciliation lasted more than 24 hours.
I might last a little longer than that, but I knew it
Yeah,
was coming. I felt like I was walking on eggshells, not being able to say anything that I wanted to say.
right.
So I'm kind of just happy now because I don't want to be limited to what I can and cannot say.
I don't
So
either. I don't either. And it's like I wanted to help out with the petition and with the protest, but then it's like the minute you start talking about like doubles and like certain things that I don't align with, it's like I felt like like I'd have to bite my tongue and I can't say what I actually want to say. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. It's like beating a dead horse in a sense too, you know. It's very draining.
it is so nice to just, even if you like don't have the same thoughts, it is so nice to just have an open conversation without judgment. Like
Hmm.
I could talk to you and say what I think. You could tell me what you think, and I'm not gonna get offended or upset or anything because that's just how I've been raised and grown up. You know.
Right. Yeah. Hello. Uh, let's see. Another thing, at the end of the day, we will never know what is up with her. I don't understand why people are attacking others based on their narrative. Yeah, yeah. There's one photo of Brittany that I think is a double. It
I
might
wouldn't doubt it.
be. It might be. I don't deny the fact that there are doubles out there and that they are used for certain reasons. Um, I don't think that it's always a double, but I don't doubt that there are doubles. I'm sure there are.
Um, I-65. I'm good. I um I went to lunch with my former coworkers, and then we went to a store that was 80% off, and I got a bunch of fabric for my mother.
That's awesome.
So
There's a
yeah,
Joann's by me too. I wonder if we're gonna have a sale like that. I
they
can't
are
believe they're going out of
going out of
business.
business.
I know.
My store has 11 days left, so
I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm curious because
hopefully
I
this
like to make
won't be.
bracelets. I want to see if they have like beads or anything on sale.
The beads were like 80% off if there's any left
I
for
gotta go check it
mine.
out. Nice.
Believe me, they thought I was lying about. I think that if you're not knee deep in the middle of it, nobody really can really believe the cusp of what's going on with Brittany. There's so much that we could tell somebody who doesn't know a lot about Brittany, and it would take us hours to catch everybody up.
I
It's
kind of equate it to the whole like QAnon conspiracy theories. Like if you haven't been paying attention to the QAnon stuff from the beginning and have it under a microscope and know what all the little like
mhm,
symbolism and words and shit mean, then you're gonna be
mhm,
lost.
yep,
And it's kind of the same thing with the Britney Spears conspiracy stuff. Like if you haven't been paying attention since before Free Britney, then you're gonna be lost.
mhm.
There's
I
so many
watched
connections.
I watched Silent for a long time on my main Instagram, like my personal one, and I never thought about talking about it publicly, you know?
Me
I just would watch
either.
on the sidelines. I watched it all the time. They also have more coupons, but I don't know if they're valid if everything is on sale. I don't know.
So actually, what's funny is when I would watch on my private account, it started getting to a point where like I couldn't hold back anymore, and I started leaving comments. And
Hmm.
one of my family members, like my cousin, saw my comment and like hit me up and was like, "What the hell is the matter with you?" And I was like, what the fuck? Like, how did you see this comment? Like, what the fuck? Like, this was like when Instagram was making changes, I guess, and like you could
Hmm.
see your mutuals' comments on other pages. And I was like, fuck, she saw my comment? Damn, like, I gotta make a new page so I can comment like under an alias. And that's like another way that the Green Garden Goddess page came about because I just
Rabbit hole that you have to experience independently before you start to piece everything together, which takes more time than most people are willing to spend. Yep.
facts, facts. We've been here for 3 years, so we know. 3 years
You
too
have,
damn long.
yeah. Do you have any advice in the Britney community? Um,
Stay out of group chats.
yeah, don't trust anybody unless you really have a lockdown friendship with them.
Don't
Because,
give
oh,
out your phone number.
yeah. Oh, that's Bella. Okay, my daughter's friend. But she doesn't see me in the car. I wonder if I could honk at her and scare her. Hold on. Oh, she saw me. Hi. Damn it. I want to say here that although I love Brittany, I don't want to consider myself an advocate. And I think people get confused. I got pulled into it. I love her so much, but I also am like more of like an entertainment slash, pop culture person who was just bringing you into my daily life before I lost my main TikTok account. I know there's only just a few on here, but I hate trying to explain myself all the time. It was one night I talked about Brittany. That overnight got hundreds of thousands of views, and ever since then, people have been asking me what I think about Brittany. I never meant to like take my personal thoughts about Brittany public, and it's turned into what it is today. Of course, I want to see her have justice, but I'm always been like this, like little talk showy, like funny skit person who just grew up and loves Brit. And I just want to separate that stuff. Of course, I would hardcore protest or be there for her or anything, but I also want you to know I'm a person that I like to make my little videos and skits, and sometimes I get feisty, and sometimes I talk about all the news and what interests me, and Brittany just happens to be a big part of it now. So,
And you've never claimed to be an
no,
advocate. You shared stuff that pertains to
no biggie.
advocates because you cared about Brittany and you cared about justice for Brittany, of course, but you never claimed to be an advocate.
Yeah,
Now, me on the other hand, I claimed to be an advocate for a brief time when I was doing the Free Britney Friday with Andrea. Yes, I claimed to be an advocate back then. I was making the graphics for Free Britney Friday. I was making the graphics for Voices for Britney when it evolved into Voices for Britney. I even continued out on my own when Andrea and I went separate ways. I continued to do advocacy too. And I partnered up with Melanie Veronica for a little while um, with like these advocacy kits that she was working on. And I was actually going to
yeah.
help her to try to make them in bulk for like other fans who wanted to, have the advocacy kits. I've hung up my advocacy hat because of all of the backlash that I've gotten, because
Yeah.
of all of the accusations of me being T-Con, of me being a narrative spinner, of me being paid, it got to a point where it was like too stressful.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like, I couldn't do it anymore. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to be considered an advocate anymore. Will I still advocate for her? Yes.
Yep.
I will still share things that pertain to advocacy. I will still talk about the injustices, but I'm not going to label myself or my page as a Brittany advocacy page. No.
Um, I just saw something. A Route 27 asked, "Do you have any pages that you would recommend following?" On my page here on Instagram, I made a series of stories about all the Britney pages that I follow, and I would recommend. Some of them are advocacy pages. Some are, I wouldn't say necessarily conspiracy pages, and some are Britney like love slash support pages. They're all on my highlights on my, when you go to my page and you see the highlighted reels or highlighted stories, they're all there, and you can like go check out everyone. I think there's like, I might have picked like 14 or 15 out of the people who are currently active right now. So yeah, that's where you can see that. They're all there. Crystal,
You busted your head open. Wait, what?
have you never seen
I
that?
don't think
The
I've
anniversary
seen
of that's coming up. I have a scar. Look,
Oh shit.
it's covered kind of with the eyebrow stuff, but I was I put a green screen of Brittany's living room on, and I was out on my front porch, and I was spinning around and slapping my ass, and Grandma came out and thought, I don't know, I was hurt or something.
Oh
So I
no.
had to I had to do it again, and because the screen porch door was open just a little bit, I was put like doing I banged my head so hard I blacked out, saw lightning, and when I opened my eyes, it was like I didn't like black out and pass out, but like I saw black and this big lightning strike.
Holy shit.
I had this cut and I was bleeding, and I'm like, I'm like never again.
Oh
She ripped my
no.
veil to Nene. I'll show you it later.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
And I made like two different edits of it because I did it to "Don't Go Knocking on My Door."
Oh
Aw.
no.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot.
Aw.
Oh, that's why I should go live more often because I miss
You should
that.
go live on Instagram more often too. I know, I know.
It's
I don't
a
know.
very scary place for me.
It is. And even my husband's told me, he's like, why don't you just give up Instagram and just start posting more on TikTok? Like, fuck those Instagram people. And I'm like, I don't know, because Instagram is like my comfort zone, kind of, I guess how TikTok is for you, you know?
TikTok's my comfort zone. I only started posting on Instagram for a couple friends and my mom who didn't have TikTok, and then I made mom get TikTok just to watch my stuff. So,
Mm,
and then I started
yeah.
becoming more and more social here on Instagram. But for a long time, I never answered anybody, looked at anything on Instagram, and I think in the past couple months has been a lot more of me being involved here.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that makes a lot of sense because like I tried to get your attention for like years.
I'm
And I'm like,
sorry.
why won't Ashlyn talk to me? She doesn't
Ashlyn,
like me.
no, Ashlyn gets overwhelmed and can only focus on a few people at a time, and I feel so bad because, or I will disappear for a while, and it's not because I just get in those zones where I'm like, yeah,
No, I totally get it. I trust me, I get it. Especially as my page is continuing to grow and I get like
yeah.
inundated with people in my DMs and I'm just like, "Ooh, this is a lot."
Uh, you brighten my day. I have terrible. I have anxiety too when I go out in public, but when I'm on here, I'm a lot better because I've always like done what I'm doing right now without an audience. Like from the time I could hold a video camera and I take my parents' video camera and I'd find a blank tape and I'd be doing the exact same thing I'm doing right now and making skits. I would make skits with my Barbie dolls. I would pretend I would be Rosie O'Donnell and my best friend who was blonde. I made her be Britney. You remember Rosie O'Donnell had the mammogram song? Get a
No.
mammogram.
No.
Yeah, I pretended to do that, and I was interviewing Britney, and I have all these tapes. I just don't know where they are. But like I've been doing this forever, so it comes easier to me. I'll tell you
See,
what.
I've always been
I'm
go ahead, finish.
sorry. The first time I went live by myself here on this thing, I was scared to death. So
Yeah,
thank
I
you.
was too the first time I went live. I remember. But when I was younger, I was more like behind the camera, like because I had a younger, well, I have a younger sister. And
Mhm.
so I was always the one like controlling the camera and I used to choreograph like music videos to like
Love
I have
doing
a
that.
Lucky one of my sister. I had like the black mascara tears and Lucky
Oh
coming
my
down her face. We did In Sync. What song from In Sync?
god.
I
Oh.
forget. It was an In Sync song, and I did like this whole choreographed dance move with my cousin and my sister, and I have that recorded. I never liked to be on camera because I had like weight issues growing up, so I was like, no, 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 I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to be on camera. So I was always behind the camera. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Instagram has helped me to get over myself a little bit with being on camera. So
Yeah.
it's still a
It just
work in
comes natural
progress.
to me. So
Yeah. Mhm.
I used to draw all my Barbies and pull their hair out.
Oh, poor Barbie.
Oh, what was I going to say? I want a Red Bull now.
As you wings.
The new Wildberry ones are really good, by the way.
I've only had Red Bull like once. I'm not into Red Bull. I'd rather
Oh,
drink coffee.
I like it both. I like them both.
Yeah.
hmm
Hmm.
Around,
Oh,
I
so
would just practice some more and make them and put them in your drafts and find something that you know feels normal to you. Because I know how hard it can be to just try to be authentic when you're filming and you don't want to be like stiff and you don't want to be like too fake, and that's why sometimes I leave when I laugh or mess up or something. I just kind of sometimes leave it in there so you guys can see, like, I'm not trying to like totally be perfect, but like sometimes I'll bust out laughing in the middle of one of my videos because like the other one where they said Sam Asghari was an actor. I started
that was
laughing.
funny. Yeah.
I can't
Oh my
close
God.
out energy and text. I haven't even tried to like exit out of Instagram to. So yeah, I do like TikTok Live better though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Castle. I have to pee so bad.
I'm almost doing the P dance here.
Thank you so much
I
for
can
your
smoke
help.
one more, and
Yeah, let's smoke one more. I'm gonna light my doobie.
ooh.
I get a little quiet though when I smoke, so
If Castle's here, why can't I see him? Because we're friends too.
he's under I am teapot. I am the teapot.
I didn't see him pop up.
Oh, you don't see I am the teapot joined?
Uh-uh. He wouldn't have blocked me though. That's
Hmm,
weird. I
let me
talk to him
see.
sometimes.
He's cute. Maybe he, oh, maybe he
He
left.
might
Maybe he dipped
have
in and
left.
was like, "Forget these bitches." No, I'm just kidding. He wouldn't say that
No,
about us.
no. I love him. He's a Scorpio too. So
Is he? I thought you were a
yeah,
Sag. I don't know why I thought you were a
I'm
Sag.
right before a Sag though.
You
But
have so much Sag energy.
maybe it's because my birthday's the 20th of November and I'm right on the cusp of the Sagittarius thing.
Maybe
But I
that could
still
be.
sometimes feel like I'm a true blue Scorpio with everything that they list about it.
Mm.
Yep.
Scorpios are feisty, feisty little
Yeah.
singers, and they like sex.
Yeah.
That's what I hear anyway. Mm.
Oh, if you're doing Brittany's choreography, do it. I want to see you do it. I love seeing people do their little dances and stuff. I want to
You're talking
try,
about
but
me? You're not going to see me do that. Nope. No, it was my sister that would do it.
yeah.
I miss Charlie too, Crystal. I really do. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on your time zone.
Okay, something must be going on with my chat because I'm not seeing any new comments.
Oh
That's
no.
probably why I couldn't
That's
see
probably why you didn't see
Castle
Castle come in.
because I didn't see Crystal's comment either, and Crystal and me are friends.
That's weird.
Yeah,
And Tosh is also commenting, I miss Charlie.
didn't see that either.
I, I miss Charlie, but I hope that wherever Charlie is, um, I know Charlie's a they them, but I've never they themed Charlie, so I'm still gonna just she Charlie, so I'm sorry. So please excuse me. Um, I hope wherever Charlie is that she's healing and she's feeling good and she's doing well. And I hope that she comes back when the community is a little less toxic
Mm-hmm.
because I would hate for her to see what's going on right now.
I wonder if
I
she's
really would.
even aware. I'm about to pee my pants. It just
I mean, I know I really have to pee too. I have spoken to Charlie. They
trickled.
do have another account. Oh my God, please don't. Please don't pull a weeds. Have you seen weeds?
No. What did she do? Take a pee
She
in the
takes a
bushes?
piss. Yeah, she takes a piss in the cup in the car.
Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. I'll run
Oh, I
to the
thought you were
front
gonna
of the
pee in the
house.
cup. I was like, oh,
No,
please
I
don't do
said I
that.
drank all this, so that's why I still have to pee. I'm not gonna pee in the cup.
It's it's the bud talking. Don't mind me now. I'm gonna get a little stupid
I don't
now.
need. I act like that without the bud. You don't want to see me
Do
smoking
you
the doobie.
smoke? Do
Mm-mm.
you? No,
Very rarely.
no. It's like a habitual thing for
No,
me.
girl, I get so stupid I drool, and then I want like
Rule.
yeah, I want like 6 cheeseburgers and a Reese's, and it's the best food I've ever had, and then I fall asleep. So I don't really do it.
I
and
do. I do. I do get kind of hungry afterwards. I ain't gonna lie. I do.
I apologize if anybody's commenting. I can't see anybody's comments. I don't know what happened. So,
Well, a root. I don't know if that says root or route. It says, "Oh my God, twins! I'm smoking with you guys."
ah,
Free Queen Brittany loves Bud. A friend with weed is a friend indeed.
well, I like this little session here.
Yes, this was good. It was productive. Now, tell me, should I repost it? Or or should I just like if you were here for it, you were here for it. If you weren't, too
Is there a
bad.
way you can save it so I can edit it and let you look over it?
That's the thing, not on Instagram. I wish there was. I wish there was. It's like you can't like you can archive it after you've posted it. Like I can post it and then archive it. I could post it and
And then save it to your phone?
Possibly.
Can you do that so we can go over what we want to say and not
Yeah.
say again?
Yeah. And then
Okay.
I don't think we said anything too terrible, but
No, we
then
didn't.
if you could post it to your YouTube too if you
That's what
want.
I wanted to do is put our little like things on there for people to view later. I'm
Yeah.
not really not I don't care not to post it. It's just it doesn't matter because if we don't say anything or say anything, it doesn't matter. They still say stuff. So
Basically. And we're entitled to our opinions, right?
really didn't say anything bad anyways. I'm
I
trying
don't
to
think we
be
said
as honest
anything.
as I can. I
I
haven't.
don't have anything bad to say. Like I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anybody.
I just don't.
I don't even want to say names anymore because it's like
I
I
don't
don't hate
hate
anybody.
anybody per se, but I don't appreciate
I don't appreciate.
hypocrisy slash the hate that they're giving off to everyone else who doesn't
Yeah.
abide by their thoughts. So
Like
that's
there
all.
was a point in time when like we all got along and we were all friendly and we all commented on each other's shit and the vibes were good for a little while and like yeah, I saw like people starting to like shift their opinions a little bit and like that was fine and like my opinion started to shift a little bit and that should have been fine too. I don't know. Can't we all just get along?
No,
Apparently not. Apparently not. Apparently
no,
not.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Post this and then archive it, save it, and that'll give me some project to do tonight.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
should I delete it after I've saved it
Well, make sure
or just leave
you
it?
save it first
Well,
and then
yeah.
email it to me so we have it first. And then,
Okay.
yeah.
And then I'll delete it. And then you can edit it. And then if anything, I'll re-upload it or
Yeah.
something or like a reel or a snippet and be like, go watch it here.
Yeah, we can do that too. We can make little snippets.
Okay.
I should go before I.
Piss your pants?
Yep.
Yeah. Me too. All right.
I'll talk to you
Well,
later.
bye everybody. Thank you for joining us. And
Bye.
we'll do this again in the future. So, all right.
Definitely.